macroeconomics is important, and as you would recollect, and I'm sure you would recollect when we discussed about the GEIC analysis, that is global economic industry and company analysis. Now please remember, when we are trying to do valuation or when we are doing valuation, what is that we are trying to do? We are trying to find fair value of a company or fair value of its shares or fair value of any other security for that matter. So ultimately, uh, if we have to arrive at the fair value of any asset, what do we need? We need to study all the factors that may have a bearing on the price of this asset that we are trying to value. That price that we price that the factors that will have a bearing on the price that we are trying to asset that we are trying to value. Now, what are the factors that can be then can have a bearing on the price of an asset or of a company? All these factors can be clubbed together or are clubbed together in something which is known as GEIC analysis, global economy, industry and company analysis. And that is how at some point in time we covered the entire topic of GEIC analysis. So ये जो GEIC है, इसमें जो E है, जो इकोनॉमी है, उसका जो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक आस्पेक्ट है, that again needs to be highlighted. And why it needs to be highlighted? Because whatever is happening in the economy will ultimately have a bearing on the assets that we are trying to value. So let us understand, number one, as to what is macroeconomics. Number two, let's understand what are the roles and responsibilities of a government in respect of management of economy of the nation. So what is the role and responsibility that the government has to play, and how does it play in managing economy of a nation? So the role and responsibility of the government of the day of any country is to ensure economic prosperity for all citizens, that is to achieve all inclusive growth. तो जो भी गवर्नमेंट हैं, हिंदुस्तान में हो, हिंदुस्तान के बाहर हो, whenever they get elected, they have a first and prime responsibility, prime obligation, and that is to ensure कि उस कंट्री के जो लोग हैं उन सभी लोगों का डेवलपमेंट होना चाहिए, ग्रोथ होना चाहिए, उनकी प्रॉस्पेरिटी बढ़नी चाहिए, उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स कम होने चाहिए, और एज ए रिजल्ट द होल कंट्री, दैट कंट्री शुड कम अप very well in terms of economic development. That is the responsibility of the government of any country, And this is what macroeconomics is all about. So macroeconomics is what? Macroeconomics is a body of knowledge, and that helps you to do the fine administration of the economy of the country so as to ensure that everyone in that country, every citizen of that country grows, becomes prosper, and his life becomes easy. And therefore, as you know, nowadays we talk about ease of doing business and also ease of living life, and that is what macroeconomics is all about. As part of your syllabus for the IBBI's valuation exam, there are 4 topics that you have to prepare yourself for. Number 1 is the national income accounting. Number 2, basics of fiscal policy. Number 3, basics of monetary policy. And number 4 is understanding business cycle. So these are the only 4 topics that you need to focus on as far as the macroeconomics is concerned from the perspective of your exam. So let us start looking at now different definitions one by one, starting with national income.